Hey there, viewers, and welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. So we got us an 02 Chevy GMC, same thing. It's got the big 6.0 in it. It's a 2500 HD, and the hydraulic assist for the brakes, a Hydroboost for the power brakes, has gone to leaking. We're going to put a new one on. We got a reman one, aka a spray painted one in a box. So we're going to slip this out of here. They're not too big a job to change. When I do these, I don't disconnect the master cylinder from the line, so there's no need to bleed the brakes. That you'd want to use your best judgment on. I put brake lines on this truck a year or so ago, and I put all stainless steel on it, so I know I can unhook that master cylinder, slip it ahead without a huge ruckus. If yours is all rusty and crusty, well, you may want to unhook your master cylinder and then deal with bleeding the brakes afterwards. But we're going to skip that step, unbolt the master cylinder, slip it ahead, take our two pressure lines off from the Hydroboost, the return line, go inside, unhook it off the brake pedal, unbolt it from the firewall, take it out, pop the new one in, fill it up, done. So let's get started. So there's your power booster unit. Well, this is the accumulator, and then you got your power booster, and then we have a pressure line here. One of these is going to run from the pump, and then the other pressure line, this one here probably runs to the gearbox, and you got your return line, of course your master cylinder. But you guys can see how it's all wet and been accumulating, and he says apparently it's been dripping. So at this point we're just gonna swap it out. Before we get too far, we better make sure the one in the box is fresh, not somebody else's return. It's happened all too many times. Send back a core, get back a core. Just did one of these not too long ago, an 04 Chevy with a diesel. That one had a pretty odd symptom. If the accumulator was charged up, when you stepped on the brakes kind of got hard, and then they fell, and then it kind of grabbed, and then the brakes worked again. Kind of an odd symptom. But that was in the accumulator, because if you shut the truck off and pumped up and discharged all the pressure out of the accumulator, then the brake pedal was fine. But as soon as you started it, it was real jerky. It was a big jerk. Got some paperwork in there. Oh yeah. Looks fresh. And I believe you got to transfer the push rod for the master cylinder. What's up, young lady? A YouTuber call? Imagine that. Imagine that. 100,000 people and everybody thinks they got a unique idea. Okay, let's call him. He's probably not doing anything. So there it is. She's empty in here. So this is where it sits on the truck like so. This is going to hook into the brake pedal. Sits on the truck. Master cylinder goes here. And I thought they usually came. We grab that paperwork. See what that says. I thought they always came with a new push rod, or there's like a finger type retainer that holds that in here with a spring and stuff. So yeah, anywho, that's that. Let me see the air ratchet there. Wow. And then the extension and a socket. Still rocking the old Harbor Freight Earthquake air ratchet for a few years now. Still going strong and steady. So we're gonna bust the this thing off. Master cylinder, there we go. Back in the words. Get up on there. We got a little magnet tree there, yeah. Oh, I know there's one over here somewhere. Oh, it stands up. There we go. Brand new magnet tray from Toro. My friend at Toro sent me some Toro swag. Wish he would have sent me a brand new zero-turn lawnmower, but hey, we'll take that in gloves. Hint, hint. No. So the stud. Pulled out of this one. That got studs in it where the master cylinder goes. It does, doesn't it? So these studs are threaded into the back. So now we'll just take the master cylinder and just slide it ahead here. Like I say, if your brake lines are really crappy, you're going to want to think twice about doing this, but we just need enough room to get the booster out, which this should be plenty. Plus it's going to save doing all the bleeding. Let's see, give me a needle nose. So now we'll take the return line off. Hopefully. Give me them other pliers there, please. Oh my gosh, it's so nice having you back, Anna. Only for a day, but hey.
More than a day.
Well, it better be a day. We go get a diaper. A double whammy diaper. So we can see it was leaking internally too. Yeah, that's power steering fluid. You can smell it. And then, yeah, definitely power steering fluid. Doesn't taste like brake fluid. Definitely tastes like power steering fluid. I'm sure people are laughing now, but there is a taste difference.
What?
Between power steering fluid and brake fluid. You know what brake fluid tastes like, right?
Yeah.
It's bitter. So we'll put a diaper down here. Ryan's probably gonna pee a little bit. Come on, little guy. Oh, I don't want it to splash me. Oh, there we go. That ain't too bad. Let her just pee right there in the diaper. Let's see, I had to get an assortment of wrenches, Hannah. Let's try a 18. That's what I'm gambling with. Oh yeah, first try. Alright, let me try 16. Second guess, don't make me look like a fool. Oh yeah, first try. See, I could have just guessed the first two original sizes. There's that. Once you crack the power steering lines loose, zip them all off. Make sure you save the O-ring if it doesn't come with new ones. Certainly we have an O-ring specialist in the crowd that'll flip out and say that we need to change them. Use your discretion, I would say. If they don't leak, then you don't need to change them. It's a GM bell flare, that's the style flare that it is. Or just an O-ring flare. I actually have a tool that can make this flare. Used to be a real popular one on the GM fuel systems. And then, was it Master Cool came out with that tool. I bought that little guy right away. So there we are. That's all the outside work. Unhook the hoses. It's sitting there in the raw. Now we'll go inside, do the hard part to film anyways. So we're in the most impossible spot to record. This is the brake pedal lever. That's our brake pedal switch. We have to take this wherever it is. I'm trying to look in the camera here, that black metal clip off. I'll get it off with a pick. I'll show you how it goes. Once that is off, I have to remove that bolt right there, the one above it, the one beside it, and the one above that. So there's just the four of them. You can see where the brake booster sticks through there and the rod hooks on the pedal. So I just wanted to show you before I go all willy-nilly at it, because you probably won't be able to see. Oh, here we go. We'll give it a try. You're on the wrong side, of course, but somebody needs to be able to see here, and it's me. So we're gonna go for the clip. So you gotta pry these out and then down or up, whichever way it's facing, but you gotta get the little lock off it. So let's see. So there they are. Like I say, where that clips over right there, that little piece, you gotta stick a pick in the side here and then pry it away from the knob and then pull it down. That's the best I can explain to you. It's kind of keyholed, keywayed, whatever. And then we've got to unhook the brake lever, they call it in some parts of the world, or lever. And that little guy should come right, slip right off to the side. I know you can't see squat, but you gotta have to trust me on this, folks. And then there is your brake light switch. And then we can just kind of move that out of the way. Now your pedal's free, like Willie. Alright, here we go. I don't know where to stick my light. We'll stick it right here so nobody can see. So now I'm going in with a swivelly socket. I think it's a 15. And the old Harbor Freight Earthquake. I just ordered the half-inch gun of this, but it's on back order forever, so we'll take them all out. We'll leave that one a little loose. And then don't drop it because it'll fall right there behind the carpet. There's that. Oh my gosh, I can't see the red biscuit. Well, try to go on the side here. And there's that one. We're gonna have to reach up and get that one off. Oh, come on, little guy. Don't fit. There we go. Don't fit, force it. That's what I always say. There we go. Now we're in. We're gonna need a magnet there, Hannah. Oh man, that one's off. The whole socket's gonna fall. There we go. There's two out. Got a magnet there. And a thank you. Alright, there's two nuts. Let's see, let's get this one. There's three. Three for the show. Four to get ready. Alright, now we'll take the last one off, being that it doesn't look like it's going to hit the dirt anytime soon. Left the last one on for safety. Sometimes the studs, you got to fiddle with them to get them out of the firewall. Or I should say, put the remanufactured one back in. Here, we take that. Got it? Alright. Now. Come on, you mother, look. Oh, forgot we're shooting a video. Yeah! Well, like I said, sometimes you got to fiddle with them to get them out. They get a little fiddly. So there it is. The broke down leaky one. The instructions. They want you to do something here. You must reuse the Hydroboost internal push rod spring and spring retainer from the original Hydroboost when installing the replacement unit. And then they say see below. And it's all pictures, so where can we go wrong? So it has a little spring retainer. I always forget how they come out, but they are spring loaded. I think you can just tip it to the side. They're not held in by much. You just don't want to eat it. So we'll gingerly work the little guy out of there. Whoa! Crap, you guys see where that thing went? That's what always happens, I swear. Is it over there somewhere, Miss Hannah?
I got it.
And there is the push rod disc side that goes in first. Alright, good job. We get a red rag. They're pretty much red. Pull Hannah thinks these are pink. I say they're red.
They're pink.
Or light red.
Which is
Light red.
pink.
Whatever, dude. So we'll just wipe some of the schmooge off these. Probably could hose them with brake cleaner if we wanted to be real aggressive. But there's always a spring engineer on the videos. Tell us why that's wrong. So we'll stick our little return spring in there. Then we gotta be able to push this little guy in. Probably should get a socket. Give me like a 1-inch socket, chrome 1/2-inch drive. That way you can push it in nice straight. There's a little groove it catches on, but like I say, it doesn't catch by much. I did send it flying though, which I didn't mean to do.
My head off.
Almost. Wouldn't even have that on camera, so we'll line her up. There she is. It goes in, it clicks. Where's our light? Oh, I left it inside. Well, you can pretty much see when you're doing yours. Make sure it's in that groove, because we don't want it to come out and catch you right in the beak. There it is. That's what it looks like when it's installed into the groove. And that's that. Now we got to put it back on. Sometimes these can be just as fun to install. sometimes it's best to have somebody watching the push rod on the inside and make sure it's not jamming up on your brake pedal where you try to force the studs through the firewall. So there's a little bit of power steering fluid where it was leaking internally here in that boot. So we'll wipe that out. Let's see, there's no rubber gasket or anything. Sometimes they line up quite nicely, but it's always that one stud. Can be a real mother lover. Oops, I might step in it. Come on, little fella. Yep, it's always that one. Give me my brass hammer. You can hit anything with a brass hammer. Oh man. Sometimes I just need a little persuasion. That ain't gonna do it. They get hung up on the threads. They make the holes just big enough for them studs. And it's a real pain in the neck. I'm gonna get a pry bar and tap on it a little bit. Get the one with the metal head. That's designed for beating on stuff. I suppose you could always drill the hole out a little bigger, but you've seen how they come out. Stop it. Well, I give up.
You give up?
I have to call this guy and just tell me he ain't gonna have no brakes.
I don't think he'd like that.
It's always the same freaking hole because it's the smallest one. What a piss pot. Give me my round file with it. It's in the cart over there. It's always that one hole. All the rest of them are a smidge bigger. Of course, this could have a few little boogers on it from pulling the old one out. Probably some file expert watching now too. Yeah. It's not the proper way to use a file, just FYI. See, that's all you gotta do. Quick, calm down a little bit. Deburr it. So you're getting all pumped up. Give me some needle nose action. These stupid little things. There's that one. There's that one. Oh, I'm just gonna put them on loose for right now. Yeah.
Well, fine.
Jump the gun on me. Sometimes it's easier to get these lines lined up when you can wiggle everything. Come on. Oh man, I should not ate freaking leftover Chinese for lunch. I had 15 lunch, 16. It's not agreeing with me, Hannah.
You know it wouldn't.
I knew it wouldn't.
But you made the bad decision anyway.
Yeah, I had pizza yesterday. Why me? At least this one's right in the open. Sucks worse when you're doing like power steering rack and you can barely get to the fitting and you spend spinning it 4 hours. Come on. There she goes. Nice. Gotta talk nice to him. You don't want to cross thread these or strip these out. Ain't like a lug nut, it ain't got like you got 7 more or something. Oh, let's see. I think I was wrong about that. Did some guy come around here, did it? Nope. What the heck do I know?
No.
It was around that side because I remember it was all up in my way the first time. So we're just getting things loosely installed here, if you haven't gathered that at this point. Little flat rate guys must love these. Book time is 2.5. The book has you removing brake lines, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. There's that. We'll go inside, torque it to spec, and then we'll come out here and get everything torqued to spec, filled back up with the power steering fluid. We'll be good to go. This is where we're going to drop the bolts like 100 times. Or nuts, rather. That's bolts, same thing. Just a little different. And so we'll get these two. Put our torque setting on no ugga-duggas till we get them all started. Oop, there's a half ugga-dugga, I guess. I can't wait to get my 1/2-inch Harbor Freight impact. I don't know if you guys have seen AVE's review on it. He was more than ecstatic, which takes a lot to impress that guy. I don't know if you guys watch his channel or not. He's a tad bit belligerent, so you may not want to watch it in front of the children, assuming you have any. If you do have children, don't go watch the AV channel. Well, the children are awake. I'm not trying to teach children naughty words. Oh, I'm going to drop this one like 1,000 times. Oh yeah, first try. So now we'll go full torque spec. Freaking studs are longer on this one, I think. I don't think my medium length socket's gonna fit. Hey Hannah, give me a 15 deep black and then a swivel to put on it. Yeah, it must be the studs are a little longer. Top one I know we're good on because it didn't slip. Had 3 full ugga-duggas. Come here, Hannah. Where you at? Oh, I can't hardly see over the door there.
Hey.
Ah. Here, take this. There you go. Alright, good luck. Let's see. So your brake switch, what you have to do with this is you actually have to stick it over the rod first, and then it's going to be difficult. have to do with everybody in my way. I might have to move you. So essentially you stick it over the rod, like so, and then you stick the entire rod onto the brake pedal assembly, which you have to pull out naturally. That's a lot of terms all at once. And that there is what it will look like when it's reassembled. Now bear in mind that that little piece of tin is the only thing that lies between you and an awful death of no brakes, so don't mess that up. So we'll snug up the master cylinder. Want to draw that down evenly. Torque, I'm at a 16 to 18 wrench. So we just got to tighten up our 2 pressure lines. Fill it up with fluid. Usually there's not a huge bleed procedure to these. Most of the, I guess I should say, I would hope that they're tested from the factory. There is some residual fluid in them. So now these fittings here, you don't have to crush these things. You don't have to kill them to get them tight. As soon as that O-ring makes contact, it's, you know, makes the seal. You gotta keep your wrench on there straight. Make sure it's up off that accumulator. It does have the little rubber on there, but so we'll snug that one up. There's that. We'll get this one snugged up. If I could have snugged it up a little more before I got to this point. Bring me my phone so I can turn Hangouts on. Just open it up. And no, let me see it. Let me put in my secret password in here. ABC 1 2 3. Ah, it's Keith. Keith and I haven't always asked me questions. Those guys. Jeez. I'll have to get back to him later. That Keith always calling me, always needing advice. Do you think that telemarketer guy that called was threatening us, Hannah?
Yeah. Because he was going to find our address.
Yeah, he was looking it up. Yeah, I'm going to look up your address, punk. I didn't even say anything naughty to him. A couple classic Jerky Boy sayings, but no profanity. I thought they were pretty funny.
You were nice.
I was nice. Yeah, I had a witness. And that call was recorded. So, I'm going to move this line up just a little bit. Well, hopefully he doesn't come burn the place down or anything. But if he does...
He'll come give you a little talk.
Yeah. A little talk. Pulling this microphone out of his ear. I know the telemarketer folks are just doing their job. Well, that's just got to be such a thankless job, you know. Everybody hanging up on you all day. So I try to make them laugh. I try to tell, you know, we make funny jokes. A lot of them can just hang up. But I've had some guys that really have stuck in there quite well and have told me some pretty funny jokes back. So I just figure maybe it makes their day a little happier. But this guy definitely sounded like a serial killer. Will you give me the clear funnel? So we're gonna take and top off the power steering fluid before we give it the beans. It's not very low. so don't overdo it. A couple little splashes. About 4 splashes. This is like making grandma's old bread, you know, no real recipe, a little splash of this and a splash of that. I mean, it's a pinch, but there's that. So now, we're ready to fire it up and see if power steering fluid spurts out of everything or if it works, which it should. What are you fiddling with?
What?
Now we'll take the little toot around to, whoa, better straighten out your wheel, fella. Take a little toot, make sure it has brakes before we give it back to the customer. Nobody wants that phone call. Then we'll bring it back, check the power steering fluid level, and then ship it. I can't see anything. I don't think there's any cars coming. We'll just go slow in case there is. Nope. Nursing got back there making that noise. Just had to put front shocks on this because it had a really nasty clunk in the front end. Hope school's out. And there was no shock bushings left in the bottom of this thing whatsoever. So she was pretty rattly. Anywho, feels like the brakes are working fine. No funny feeling in the pedal. That's whining in the transfer case or something though. But she does have 140K on it. Well, there you have it, folks. That is installing your Recon / painted Hydroboost on your O2 Chevy or your GMC. What's up, Mrs. O? Just in time for the ending of the video that we did.
What'd you do a video on?
That old Chevy. The old O2 Chevy. Put a brake booster on it, torqued everything to spec. Ugga-duggas. And then that's pretty much it. Kind of a mundane daily task to SMA.
They can stop now?
Huh?
They can stop now?
Hopefully. We showed the viewers what it is between them and certain death on a GM product. A little teeny.
That's why you wear a seatbelt all the time, right?
I always wear my seatbelt. Whatever. Okay.
Yep.
How was the dentist? Let's see your chiclets. What'd they do? Cavity. Did they really get a cavity? I probably got some too. My teeth.
But I didn't have any Novocaine.
You really? You went raw dog?
Yeah.
You're so badass.
It's so much better. You leave and you're done, you're not numb.
Really? Did it hurt?
Like, a little bit. He's like, the dentist asked me, can you feel that?
Of course I can.
I'm like, I didn't expect not to be able to feel it.
I did it one time without Novocaine, man. I'm like sweating running down my face. He's like, I want you to tell me if that hurts. Does that hurt? I'm like, just finish up, man.
Yeah.
You know, just get it done. Like, quit, stop, and just. You know,
Actually, I think the worst part is the cold air and the cold water. You spray on.
Oh, I thought the worst part was like the grinding of your rotted freaking tooth, but you know.
It's the cold.
Yeah. And I thought it was the smoke. Anyhow, we gotta finish our video. Any questions, comments, criticisms, concerns in the comment box below. And I guess that's it. Mrs. O stole all my thunder right there. So just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.